Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. Toby's back from a successful raid at Rockhampton which netted 3 winners and also saw Indian Dreamer book himself a Rocky Cup berth in a couple of weeks' time. So welcome back, mate. A nice little weekend for the stable and also everyone's favourite Irish jockey, Martin Harley.
Yeah, a big day for Martin, wasn't it? Five winners.
From 6 rides.
From 6 rides.
Yeah.
Slaughtered the other one. She probably should have won 2. Three wide line.
Can never get a rap. Can never get a rap.
No, it was a good effort. No, I'm only joking. I don't know if it was good enough anyway, the other one, but it didn't have much luck, to be fair. Our 3 were good.
Very good.
They travelled up beautifully, I'll say that. You know, they never moved on the track. They settled in pretty good. Probably the worst one of them was Indian Dreamer, who was a bit hot and bothered on when was it? Saturday morning when you know everything started moving, all the horses started working. He got a bit upset, but apart from that, mate, they never left a note. They travelled so good and got the job done. It's good to see BOHO Beauty went as she did. She's been sort of I know that grade of horse is a little bit inferior to what she's been racing against, but it might just be enough to give her that confidence. And at the 1300 to lead as she did, and then to kick as she did, I thought it was a really good effort. Call Me MARILYN was also very good. Indian Dreamer was better than all of them, I suppose. I think he broke the course record. And as you say, it was he's exempt from ballot for the Rockhampton Cup now, so he'll get in that nicely, I feel. And they've all done particularly well after it too. So happy.
Very good. Well, another target comes off. You set them. You know, it was a bit of a plan, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
You guys have a habit of doing that. I know you don't say it too often, but
all three of them are going to go back up there next Saturday as well. So
yeah, how good.
Over next weekend.
Yeah, and 3-leg multis while Trent was holding the fort. A bit of a 3-leg multi.
A little bit of a speculator to pay for some nappies. It's good.
But also holding the fort with a winner on the home front on the Poly. Fulham making a pretty impressive debut.
Yeah, she certainly did. Obviously, we went through it last week. She's had issues and a few troubles and whatever. 5-year-old mare making a debut, but Michael was of the opinion he wanted to ride her off the speed, and we sort of canned that idea pretty quick. As it turned out, the horse to her inside that ran second would have got there and had the easiest time in the world and probably kept going. So we knew she had an abundance of speed. He was able to use her. She travelled kindly. To be fair, I thought she was actually going to win by a lot further when they straightened, and she just wandered out sort of a couple of horses. That might have taken a bit of momentum away from her. It took her a while to get going again, but won by half a length going away, and it was fantastic to first of all get her to the races and get her this far, and then to win on debut was a bloody good effort, and I suppose I'm pretty proud of it.
So the back end,
be too. So
the back end of that mare is that we bought her off Richard Foster.
Yeah.
And we paid a bit of money for, I think, 180 grand or something like that. And we were going to syndicate her because she looked like she had a bit of ability, but she was always quite unsound and has been unsound the whole way through. So we found she had fractures in both feet. So we turned her out, we brought her back in, turned her out, brought her back in, and she was no better. We were actually going to not even worry about racing or retire her. So we just sent her to the farm for like 2 years, nearly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we'll give her one more go. So she'd been in work a long time, getting ready for last week, and it was good to see her, because she hasn't, how long she lasts, probably, we might get one or two more runs out of her before she has to have a break again as well. So it was good that she can carry that sort of, I wouldn't say injury, but
you don't know until you put them ones under pressure, do you?
How they're going to respond. And she was actually going away from that thing on the line.
Yeah,
anyway, so
good
I thought it was a bloody good effort, to be fair.
And turning 6 soon, so the weight's worth
certainly mature. So
yeah, the weight's been worth
about her maturity. It's just sad that we've got stuck with her basically, and it's a filly that that if she was sound and she, probably wouldn't have run at 2 anyway, but certainly would have been up and about at 3, and she could have got through her grades pretty quickly. And it's just sad that she's had them injuries and we haven't been able to do anything with her.
Yeah. Oh, well, good effort. 4 winners for the weekend. So let's turn our attention to this weekend, see if we can find some more. It's obviously a smaller.
Hold on, you're forgetting about the around the grounds tip of Palayapan in the tiara.
Well, it wasn't on the show. That's the only thing.
He was
so
driving
the
anyway,
viewers may not know what we're talking
We'll
about.
still spruik. We'll spruik.
Yeah, it was for the Unibet. The Unibet
So
show.
for those that don't know, you do a separate segment.
Yeah, do a separate segment for Unibet. It goes out to their, it's called Lucky Punts, I think, and that's Punts, Lucky Punts. So just to be clear, in case that didn't come across that clear, and it goes to their database. They have a big Facebook page where they all jump on and go nuts. So I think I reckon I've tipped.
Made a few people very happy anyway.
No, I know I tipped Paul Felgate's filly that won the Group 1.
Espiona.
Espiona in the whatever race that
Cool.
won.
Or Queen of the Turf.
You did tip that on this show too.
Yep.
On the show.
Yeah.
I think I tipped Hard Empire when he won, obviously, and another Group 1 last week, 20 to 1 was Palayapan. I like to run in the Stradbroke, and Muncie was due for. His horses are going quite well, so I thought it would run well.
Well spotted, Toby. Just
great ride by
tipping winners.
by Kieran. What's his name?
No, Kyle Wilson-Taylor.
Kyle Wilson-Taylor, not Kieran. Kyle Wilson-Taylor. Yeah, he rode it beautifully, and good effort.
Very good effort. All right. Well, let's see if you can do it this weekend.
We're
very light
light on. It's a different contingent. Bonnie Gigi, Trent, we spoke about her last week, set to make her debut alongside Connelly in the 3-year-old maiden plate, and Bonnie's had several trials leading into this, and Connelly hasn't been far away in 3 runs this prep.
Yeah, look, we ummed and ahed about running her last Sunday. We were basically all set, and then last minute decided to keep her here.
Oh, she drew 17.
There was a gate, wasn't it?
She drew
Yeah.
ordinary, so she would have come from 12 or 12 anyway.
Yep.
But it was just the gate taking her away. If she wasn't able to get cover and had a bad experience, then we sort of wreck our work kind of thing. So play the percentage. She's drawn soft tomorrow. Walk her across the road, and she seems to be going along well. I know she trains here, but whether or not she's going to sort of handle the poly on a racetrack or under race pressure, you're not sure. We're hopeful, obviously.
There's only 6 runners or something,
Yeah,
isn't there? It's a small field, cutest money.
Yeah,
so
it's good
why
kudos
not?
money. It's like 30 grand, so
Yep.
for a filly. So
Yeah.
we'll see how we go. She trialled up beautifully, sort of for Andrew Mallion last preparation when we rode her steady, and her couple this time in have just been fair. Would it be fair to say?
I think her first trial was really good.
Yeah.
Like it was
It's
a
just
real
the last
fresh
one.
trial.
Probably
the,
too
the
much.
Last couple haven't been that good, but we did find a minor issue with her. We found a bit of heel pain there, so we've had to work on that. I think it seems to be okay now. So see how she goes.
Yep. All right. And Connelly first go on the poly too. So what are we thinking there?
Probably.
Well, we don't know with him either.
Yeah.
He's trialled on it and trialled poorly on it, but he works pretty good on it. So like
Hard to get a guide on, really.
It's hard to get a guide on some of these horses at trial here, especially when. And I don't want to be critical, but I think Mallion trialled him that day, and he sort of just doesn't ask him to do a great deal.
Yep.
And if the horses are a little bit blasé, they don't sort of extend and show their best. So I think race day is going to be completely different to trial day. So,
Yeah.
I think that's why his performance in that trial wasn't as good, basically, and same for Bonnie Gigi too, I suppose.
Yeah. After he ran at Dalby, he had a slight viral complaint. We've given him a bit of time since then. He was cactus after that Dalby run, so excuses. He was walking around the mounting yard with his head down on the ground, and like he was absolutely like he'd run 2 miles.
He wasn't feeling 100%.
No. So we let him get over all that. Took some blood sort of 3 or 4 days later. And sometimes with that you don't know until you put them under extreme pressure, and they fail, and then you think, well, what have we done? But
His
anyway,
blood's come back okay this time.
blood's
for
come
us,
back
so.
good. So
Okay.
See what happens.
Just a bit of a watch and
Sweet.
see with
Yeah.
with both probably.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
the other option was hang on to him and take him to Grafton on Sunday week for
1,000 metre maiden, 'cause he's
metre.
also Bob's.
He's also Bob's as well. So he's got a couple of options if we don't decide not to run tomorrow. But
Yep.
probably with the size of the field and walk across the road would probably run.
Okay. All right. The other runner is VOODOO, who resumes over the 1100 here after a recent trial win and broke her maiden last prep.
His. Yeah, he did. He won quite well down at Moolumbar. He's got a lot of weight tomorrow. our rating, it's a 58, I think it is, so he must be right up there, his rating, obviously. He trialled good on this poly track the other day. Scott Galloway rode him, who's now doing working for us, and happy to have him on board. He trialled I Am Voodoo, and he trialled really good. We had 3 or 4 in that trial. 3 definitely. Like BOHO River finished behind them, and that. So he's obviously come back going okay. So gets his chance in what looks a winnable race, I reckon.
And
maybe just a little bit.
Might just feel the pinch the
Well, he
last
trialled good on it.
Yep. So
Yeah.
tick.
Yeah. It's 1100, so it's sort of whether it's 50 metres too far first up, not sure. Anyway, he'll look the winner for a long way. Whether he's fit enough, that's the other issue. He's a little gross fella, so he may take a run.
Okay. All right. Well, they're the 3 runners.
That's us.
Not a lot of choice for the best bet, but we'll throw up the tally. You're both doing well, and both winners last week. Indian Dreamer, you've reduced the margin on Toby. Toby's still in front, 18.35. Trent, 14.20.
Did we get the fixed odds, the 850?
You got the $6 best price.
Come
I don't
on.
know where the 850 was
What was
offered.
BOHO Beauty?
370 from memory. So you,
Stitched up.
yeah.
I'm just trying to scratch
Well,
and
win is
claw
a
my
win.
way. We've got a month
Yeah.
to go. I'm just trying to
Well, I
scratch and
tipped
claw
Indian
any
Dreamer
last
on the
dollar.
Unibet thing as the best, and he stole it.
Yeah, well, that's
I
right.
didn't
Well,
see
that's
that.
what
You're on the
happens
road.
when you're not here, mate.
Okay.
When you're on the way to Rocky.
Yeah.
So what can we do this week? How are we going to play it with the 3 runners?
Well, I reckon it's getting a bit tight, so I might sit on the fence this week.
No, you can't. You're not allowed. That's
Oh,
crap.
you got to have one, have I?
You got to go.
Well,
Okay, I'll go on Voodoo
unless you
before he
can-
jumps in. I'll go on
Yeah,
Voodoo
yeah.
before he jumps in.
Buzz in
I knew
early.
he was going to do it.
all right. What about you,
Bonnie GG.
Bonnie GG?
Yeah, I was being courteous because usually I jump in and he.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he
Rather
doesn't
be
like
out.
that. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, Bonnie
Okay,
GG.
Bonnie GG.
I Am Voodoo.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sounds good to me.
And the multi as well.
I got nothing.
No, you can't get 2 of those in 2 weeks, can you? That's
No,
that's
you-
biting off a bit
Christmas
more than you
is
can
once
chew.
a year.
Yeah, that's right.
So all good.
All right. Anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, I don't think so. I think we're all pretty well up to speed. So
Yeah.
Been a
We're
good,
flying.
been a good season at home so far.
Yeah,
and-
they're
or
also
been a good
going
season
quite
at-
well. We're going well on the premiership here, which
Yeah.
is interesting.
Yeah.
It's sort of one of those premierships that we haven't taken a great deal of notice about because of it's been sort of been on the poly for the last 5 odd months or something, 6 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going okay. Obviously we've won an Archer, we've won a Magic Me and
Cutest race.
Cutest
Cutest
race.
race.
Mimi Lagarde.
Mimi
won a
Lagarde won a
stakes
stakes race so far this year. So
And
look,
hoping
it's
to,
without.
hoping to add a Rocky
We're
Cup.
probably well, that's right. We're not where we were 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, but
race.
that's a
Strike
nice-
rate's still healthy, isn't
Strike rate's okay, and is that enough? Is that enough?
Pumping up tyres.
Pumping the tyres up, yeah. We'll keep going. No.
Oh, mate,
Anyhow,
go.
no, to be fair, pretty happy with where we're at. So see what happens.
Yeah, and the awards night, you might have to brush up on your acceptance speech for the Trainers Premiership. The awards night's back to an evening function this
Oh,
year
is it? Okay.
at the Turf Club. So
it? Yeah, I saw that. I
Brush
was
off
hoping it
your
was going to
best
be a
attire.
Saturday, not a Thursday.
I think it's before the show holiday. That's the
Yeah.
which doesn't mean anything to trainers, but for
No. No.
for other people, it might mean a night out on a Thursday night.
Okay.
All
Very
right.
good.
Well, thanks, fellas, and good luck to everyone over the weekend.
Thanks, Ads.
And you guys.